Hi everyone, this is Emma and I'm doing my final reflection on the women's rights movement of the 1950s. Enjoy this video of me painting rocks in my backyard while I talk. During the women's rights movement of the 1950s, women faced significant societal pressure to conform to traditional roles as wives, mothers, and homemakers. Despite their growing desire for independence and equal rights, society largely expected women to prioritize family and domestic duties over their education and careers. Women who pushed for suffrage and broader rights often encountered resistance as their ambitions challenged deeply rooted cultural norms about their gender roles. While reflecting on this quarter, a part of this course that challenged me to think differently was learning about social movements and how they don't happen overnight, but are instead shaped by both activism and societal attitudes. Understanding the subtle ways social pressure can maintain inequality helped me appreciate the courage it took for women during this time to fight for suffrage and equal rights in such a restrictive era. This insight also taught me the importance of examining historical text and finding primary and secondary sources when considering social change, and a skill that deepens my critical thinking about ongoing struggles for inequality today. One quote during this quarter that stood out to me about the women's suffrage was Frederick Douglass. He stated, "When women, because they are women, are dragged from their houses and hung upon lampposts, when their children are torn from their arms and their brains dashed upon the pavement, they will have the urgency to obtain the ballot equal of their own." But was this not true for Black women? Yes. It is true for Black women, but not because she is a woman, but because she is Black. This dialogue reveals that Black women's right for suffrage was shaped by overlapping systems of oppression, both sexism and racism, making their experiences different from that of a white woman during this era. While all women face gender discrimination, Black women face the additional, often more violent threat because of their race. This underscores the importance of intersectionality in understanding the women's suffrage movement and reminding us that the struggle for equal rights can't be separated from the realities of social injustice and racial injustice. To me, gender is still an issue today, though it manifests differently than it did in the past. While significant progress has been made in terms of legal rights and representation, inequality persists in many ways. Wage gaps remain between women and men, women, especially of color, often earning less from the same work. Leadership roles in business and politics and media are still mostly held by men. Gender-based violence, including domestic violence, harassment, and trafficking, continues to be a global issue, and gender norms and stereotypes still shape expectations around careers, behavior, and identity, limiting opportunities for people of all genders. At the same time, younger generations are challenging traditional gender roles, and there's a growing awareness of gender as a spectrum rather than a binary. These shifts often suggest that while gender inequality remains an issue, the conversion around it is evolving in powerful and transformative ways. This quarter has taught me a lot, and I hope to learn more as I take history in the future. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video and like how my rocks look at the very end. Thank you.